Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Orc Kingdom of Tarkar. And the last one, we did take another big chunk out of command, but it's still not enough to get this last hold over here. Oh well. We are currently in a war with Kedarot, and when this war is done, we can finish this and get these last couple things done, and then we're into the post-game stuff, or post-mission tree stuff. I would like to take over all of the Dwarven provinces, which is just another war with the command. I would like to subjugate their last brown orcs over here. And then I need the last hold. So I need Verkal Ozavar over there. I need Silverforge, and I need Rubyhold. It's every other fort I have. So, with all that out of the way, do leave a like on the video, and subscribe to my channel, and comment in the comments. I like responding to the comments, so please do that. That one the most. That one's most important. And let's get into it. Alright. So, we are also annexing this vassal, I believe. Yeah, they deserve it. They were really just stepping stone. Nothing else. Powerful mage escapes the command. Ooh, nice. A powerful mage has escaped from the neighboring country of the command and is seeking refuge within our borders. They promise revenge on their former slavers. Oh, free war wizard? Don't mind if I do. How good are you? There's that war wizard. We go by shock. Woo! Very nice. Very nice. You get one of the big stacks. Where are my big stacks? Yeah, you could be on a big stack. Very nice. Gives me an extra one, so I guess it means you get to have the extra general that I just got rid of. That's fine. Alright, anyone not drilling? You should drill. And you? You should drill. And you? You should drill. Anyone else? You! You're fine. I'll have you on standby. You? Oh, those are my Ogrillans. Okay, those are the Ogrillans. They are having trouble. That's fine. And the Lake Federation is actually currently at war with the Command and Buvari, so they'll have some fun with that. Would you like to be my friend? That's not bad. That's not bad. How about Rayaz? Let's be nice to them. Yeah, so hopefully, what is my participation in this war? 72%. They should give me this island. I just want this island. That's all I want. I don't care about the rest of this. It's a level 8 fort. That's not very fun. It's something I noticed between episodes. Yeah, Wex has some personal unions. Yeah. Wex has personal unions. That's gonna be fun to deal with. Oh, did I? Huh. I did that just so I could convert them. Good, they deserve it. They deserve it. Let's see. Should I make these guys ogres, or should I make them orcs? I suppose ogres is the correct way to do it. Let's make them ogres. Are there orc provinces nearby? Why is that cheaper? Why is it cheaper? I think it's because I'm converting them back to being orcs, because they were orcs at one point. This. Yeah, they were orcs at one point, so it'll be cheaper. Alright, I guess orcs it is. Womp womp. That'll be fine. Culture-wise... Oh, good. They did get a second brown orc province. Love to see that. And what do we got here? I suppose fleet being a little stronger will help. I don't have any same continent subjects, so that's fine. I also noticed a few interesting things during, in between episodes. We have some fun little modifiers here that I never looked at, so... It looks like I've tamed the native Velad Klufar population using their scissor-like jaws cutting through stone and their shiny scales to provide lighting. And then our vassal of Silent Duskari, the Silent Harmari, there we go. They had a special school here, the Piercing Fang School. Very good for them. Crustacean fisheries. Thanks to state funding, cave crustacean farming has become one of the primary industries of the province. And then we have bugbear tribes in a couple provinces. That's something the goblins can do on expeditions. What's this? Citadel Delve. Goods produced, plus 1.5. I'm honestly surprised that I'm actually getting something out of this. I have a plunder camp here. I'm surprised I'm getting something out of this. That's crazy. And the gold hold, very nice, good for them. And then we got the Den of the Great Bat. Zazor the Echo resides in this bloodstained cavern, preying on the living in the surrounding area. Many corpses lie across the great cavern, yet their equipment and gold may still be of use. I believe there's more bugbear tribes. No, that's Velcladver. This one is a bugbear tribe. Let's see. Was there anything fun over here? The domain of Klaxak. The cave contains a large lake teeming with life, said to be where Klaxak the deep caller resides. Mostly keeping to himself. Crustacean creatures guard many parts of the cavern, protecting some secrets that many curious minds try to uncover. Goods produced +2. Governing cost +50. Just got fish. That'll happen. Then we have the Spore Weaver Sanctuary. In this former quarry, a holy sanctuary is maintained by a community of Fungrum, dedicated to the worship of an enigmatic being known as Osmok. Hostility and industry is not permitted and is mysteriously quelled here, providing a safe space, a free trade between all races. Very nice. Then we have Nest of the Ancient Queen. In this cavern, a large nest of deep crows covers a high spire, where the ancient queen of deep crows, Zakorna, resides. Any newcomer is permitted to converse with the queen, who possesses extensive knowledge of history and magic, if they promise to keep her nest undisturbed by nearby settlements. Okay, and I think there was one more somewhere. Was that all the special things? Right, we're working on an expedition. I think we're working on this one. Let's see. Introduction to the steam engine. Huh. That's one of the industrialization events. Did industrialization spawn yet? It did not. Interesting. Was that everyone? Could have sworn there was one more. All right, proto flame fungi farms. Yeah, thanks, Gorbarad. Very helpful. I'll take that. I think that might have been it. Thought there was one more. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh well. Let's just let it keep going. Dead General. You know what? I have so many military points, it's fine. You can chill. Yeah, keep drilling. It'll be fine. Going deeper, very nice. Oh, right, here's a thing I can do. Not that one. I want to be studying magic. Abjuration is talented, evocation is there. Let's get Abjuration a little better, please. Study magic, and spend money, because I have so much. That's 13,000. Oh no, 13,000 crowns. Whatever am I going to do? Let's see what I can build. Oop, that one's a university. Very nice. Okay. Okay, those look good. And then... docks? I'll give you docks. And then stock exchange. Give me the good ones. That'll do. And then training fields. Not really useful. I don't care about conscription centers. Furnace. You are allowed to have furnaces. I will give you your furnaces. That's totally fine. Factory. It's fine. Earth Seed. Hello. Earth Seed. Do you have a furnace? Because you have a state house. Get that out of here. Actually, let's convert this to orc. Thank you. And then we're going to put you on development. I'm going to develop you. Yeah. Right. I'm culture converting. That's fine. Just get to it. All right. We're going to write culture conversions. I'm making plenty of diplo points. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Half orcs created, that's fine. Dead general. It's fine. As long as I don't go more than that. Do I really need to do anything here? Maybe, I guess. Not really my problem. Ooh, very nice. Hold city district plundered. Our plunderers of Tuad Dookan have found a large residential district and have begun looting it. Furniture, silverware, and other treasures are being loaded into carts, ready to be sent to the capital. Very nice. Movement spirit shrines. Cool, that's a spirit event. Cool. And we got the cloves. Very good. Did you get cloves? Not yet. You'll get there. Alright, game. Do I need to speed you up? Because, oh my goodness. Right, I was converting all these. Forgot about that. That's a lot of points. Let's see, the dwarves. There's not that many dwarves left. Good. I'll allow them to stay dwarves over there. I'll allow the dwarves to live over here, because I don't really care about them. For now. Are my hordes coming through, or do I actually need to do something? That's the real question. Wow, this game is running really slow. Gelatinous Menace, please cut them out. Extermination, very nice. 250 loot. Love that. Looks like I should probably send some guys in. Yeah, let's send some guys in. 90k? Is that enough? Probably not. Let's send in a little more than 90k. Give me your extra cannon. And you guys. Actually, all of you. Let's drop you over here in Segdir. Yeah, stop the grilling. It's fine. You can have a general. Not a problem. Truce with Goed. Don't really care. Dwarves gone. Bye-bye. No. Oh, there's one more province of dwarves. Accommodation of natives. Very nice. Alright, that's one stack. Let's go. How are my vassals doing? Let's see. That's fine. Everyone else has a good amount of troops. Good. I'd love to see that. Whatever. I need under 1,100. 1,700. Yeah, nowhere near close. Okay, cool. It's honestly what I figured. But it's nice to see. Half orcs. Cool. Good for them. Orcs storming the depths. No. Attack them. Orcish ferocity. Wow, they beat us. That's impressive. Good for them. Alright, game. Could you consider stopping your chugging? Yeah, go this way. Kill them here. Integrating them. Very good. Good fight. Let's go for the fort. Gelatinous Cube, please get the loot. Very nice, thank you. Alright, here's my other stack. Very cool. I will have you come over here. Expedition returns. Alright, let them rest, that's fine. Alright, expeditions. Yes, let's cast Siege Magic. Throw a fireball at it. Got it, nice. Expedition. We got just the one left. Alright. We're finally almost done with these expeditions. Good. This one is for the Wonder. And yes, it is time to finish this off. Uh-huh. Very nice. It gives me legitimacy. I'll take it. And policies. Let's see what we got. Any of these useful? Culture conversion cost. I'll probably want that, actually. So I'm going to be doing that for a bit. Any of these useful? Not particularly. Any of these useful? War score cost for other religions. Yes, I'll take that one. All right. Looks good. Huh? I had... Oh, that was their army. Cool. I don't care about that. So confused. Oh yeah, blow this down. Thank you. Living test subject. I don't care. Mind control more. Increased by medium. Increased by large if I'm found out and it costs points. It's not really worth it. I don't care. I'd rather not spend the points. You were allowed through. Oh, good. Culture conversions. Love seeing those. Not quite there yet. Alright. I just want this war to be done so I can get on with this. Test subjects. Assuage their concerns. Force them to teach them a lesson. They are my subjects, mine. Gain 1 prestige. I can do this just because. Let's see. I don't care about my magical infamy. I'll just get the prestige. Sucks to suck. Naval supplies. Oh, boo. Alright, how are you guys liking me now? They would. How about you? And they would. Okay. How many spots do I have? I have plenty of spots. Rayaz, please join my alliance. And I'll send you one too. Looks good. Yeah, be my friends. Dwarven Forge found. Very good. Statesman gains power. I don't care. He's doing a good job. All right, you guys are on this one. You guys get to move over here. We're gonna get to their capital soon enough. Yeah, war gets easy once I get serious. Is it level 2 for it? No, it's level 6. Blow it. Thank you. Scientific instruments. Thank you for the inno. Decrease in Hobgoblin. Decreases down to coexistence. Darn. How are we doing on innovativeness? We're at 76, 78. Not bad. I believe that one's our capital. Yeah. Level 10 fort. Oh, that's crazy. How'd they get to level 10? Right here. The Ahati Brotherhood. Fort level +1. That's crazy. I don't know who got hit. Probably had another army somewhere that I didn't care about. Ooh, go for the island, actually. You give me the islands. I like islands. I think they're fun. And that stack can go deal with them. Do you have any other tiny stacks that I need to know about? Not really. This one, here we go. Let's start this expedition. Alright, it is Labyrinthine, which is annoying. Morale's pretty much maxed. Organization should be fine. This is... Come on, which wonder is this? This is Grumhardum. Okay, this is first level of this. Last level, I need to actually be careful. Got it, because I've done this one before. On multiple series that I've done in the Dwarvar, actually. Pay for them with admin points. I have plenty of those. Can't really use them. Yeah, so the Cranium ones, definitely different than normal. I'm going to give you 200. Basically, the reward is what you can do with the Wonder, which gives me local production efficiency, local goods produced, and global regiment cost. Digging through layers is 50% cheaper. Yeah, not... you know, doing it just to do it. Half Orcs created. Cool. Dwarves cause unrest. Don't care. Dwarves flee. Good. I'd love to see that one. Are there dwarves here? Bye. Alright, you guys are good. Put you over here. Open the gates. Upon reaching the end of the maze of tunnels and the winding staircase marked on the map, the scouts suddenly stop. As the rest of the expedition pushes past them, it becomes clear why. Before them stands the steel gates of Grumhardum. Still resplendent and majestic as when it was abandoned, just as the previous expedition had reported. Filled with hope that the Great Forge has been spared the destruction that befell all else in the Serpent Spine, several forward scouts attempt to push the great doors apart to gain entry. Soon there is a line of men pushing upon the doors in unison, but to no avail. The gate remains still and silent. Yeah, grease them back. You basically use supplies. Engineering built to last. With one last push and barely a whisper, the great gates swing open and the expedition hurries inside. As the gate closes behind the last men, everyone relaxes. The finely crafted doors are still unblemished and will provide a bulwark against any creatures attempting to sneak in from the rear. Beyond the threshold, the walls of the entrance corridor are covered in pipes and more carvings, but unlike the door, these are blackened by soot and grime. The floor is likewise filthy, littered with metal and bone scraps, the unmistakable signs of goblin infestation. Grimly but resolutely, the expedition moves forward the flickering orange light that illuminates the end of the corridor. Alright, cool. Dead General, don't really care right now. Can we get this fort? There we go, thank you. You guys are on that one, you guys are on this one. Court Mage offers help. Yes, please, thank you. Okay, blow him up, I don't care. Court Mage is dead. That was the last thing they did. Alright, so I will hold you on stability cost for now. But I'm definitely fishing for another Court Mage. Unsafe experiments, I don't care. I'm holding out for a Court Mage. Dwarves cause unrest, don't care. Mage Estate offers help. Yes, please. Sounds good. The Great Forge. As the expedition approaches the end of the corridor, the temperature continues to rise. Soldiers sweat and shift in their heavy armor, looking enviously at the airy robes and simple leather armors afforded to others. Rounding a corridor and entering the forge proper, a cavernous, circular room bathed in the orange light opens up before them. Magma flows and drips from pipes running the length of the room, running to and from a great pit in the center of the room. So wide is the pit that, combined with the heat haze present, no one can see across it to the other side clearly. Some of the braver scouts venture to the edge, peering over it to see a great cauldron far below, suspended by a huge chain, with each link thicker than a man's torso. There are also simple metal levers hanging haphazardly below, intended to bring workers to levels below this one, but they appear to be stuck and are out of reach now. The floor is strewn with soot and debris. All kinds of metal, bone, cloth, and food scraps lie everywhere. Looking up, a giant dome is far above, funneling steam and other vapors into a huge hole at the apex. In the shadow cast by the dome, rusty metal scaffolding and rickety ladders leads to nooks populated with glowing, unblinking eyes. Equidistant around the walls are carved stone doorways leading to miscellaneous rooms and antechambers, some with dedicated pipes serving them. As the scouts return to report what they saw to the rest of the expedition, one steps upon a discarded sheet of pig iron. A screech of alarm rings out, and a ruddy brown arm grabs their ankle. There was a feral goblin sleeping underneath it. Abandoning caution, the scouts sprint back to the main party as more goblins pour from the surrounding rooms and from around the pit. There is barely enough time for the expedition to close ranks around the scouts before the goblins crash into them. Hold the line, unbreakable shield wall. Using the narrow entrance corridor as a choke point, the feral goblins' charge was quickly broken upon the expedition's shields and spears with few casualties from the defenders. As the remaining goblins turn tail and flee, it becomes apparent that the goblins' fallen brethren have brought quite a haul. Most of them were kitted in crudely modified armor and wielding weapons sourced from inside the forge. Even after so many years of misuse, these pieces are still finely crafted and would fetch a high price from collectors. Very nice. Sounds good. Another dead general. I can replenish them at my leisure. Alright, beasts everywhere. With the intimate danger past, the expedition huddles together in an antechamber near the entrance to plan their next move. The untouched levels below are tantalizingly close, but they cannot continue until all the remaining squatters have been eradicated. The mages and scouts of the expedition present the leader with options for which to deal with first. High above, they identified the eyes in the shadowed nooks and occasional echoing cries of those giant cave bats. These bats are even larger than normal, and what little of them can be seen as has a distinctive reddish tint, leading several mages to suggest they may have been mutated by the residual magics of the forge. If the swarm is not dealt with swiftly, a careless action could bring them down upon the expedition. Somewhere on the same level as the expedition is the lair of feral goblins that the first assailed them. The remains of the feral goblin charge will have retreated there for safety, as the strongest goblins will be lounging in the comfort of their lair. The lair will also contain the feral goblin's clan boss. Choice of loot scavenged from the forge, cleansing the feral goblins will reward the expedition with these spoils, but it is impossible to know yet how many lurk within the lair. Lastly, a platform hangs between this level and the next, surrounded on all sides by pipes. Judging by the various valves, dials, and levers, the area was used to control the flow of liquid through the many pipes in the forge. Most of the controls are in disrepair, and those that appear serviceable are covered by magma leaking from weakened pipe junctions. If the flow of magma to the upper levels can be disabled, it will prevent further dangerous leaks from the pipes above. Again, the mages cautioned that unstable magics of the forge are likely to have spawned magma oozes wherever magma leaks, but these cannot be separated from the regular magma without closer inspection. Alright, we're going for the bats first. Okay, got one. Got my level 8 there. I can go around to just get that. Perfect. Yeah, blow this one up too. Alright, Akata has fallen. Good. Let's go kill their armies, though. Don't really care about the rest of it. Just go get glory. Dwarves cause unrest. Good. State demands. Yeah, that's fine. I have plenty of cash. I don't care. Weapons cache found. Very nice. Rising support among cave goblins. Okay, I don't really care. But Hul-Jorkad gets 10% production efficiency for 10 years. Okay, what's that going to go to? So right now, it's at 679. The bump's up to 691. All right, bats above. In the antechamber, a debate rages among the expedition about how to best handle the bats. One fireball and the whole swarm will be set alight, argues a trigger-happy mage. We won't even have to fight them. The idea is quickly vetoed by the leader of the scouts. Are you crazy? You'll bring down the whole scaffold down upon us. Before the mage can snap a response, he continues, besides, this whole place is hotter than a dragon's armpit. Those bats probably eat magma for breakfast. What if your fireballs make them stronger? Then we'll be fighting giant flaming bats. After several more minutes, the expedition leader steps in to make a final decision. No fireballs. As some of the less disciplined mages sulk, he organizes a group of armored soldiers and light archers to face the bats, leaving the rest of the expedition to hunker down in the antechamber and wait. The plan is simplicity itself. The soldiers will stand in a loose square around the archers, ready to protect them from any swooping bats. As of now, the swarm has not been alerted so the first strike is the key to the whole operation. The archers have been instructed to aim for the glowing eyes in the darkness, calling out their target's position quietly to ensure no bat is targeted twice. Once all the archers have identified a target, they will fire on the lead archer's mark, hopefully killing or disabling most of the swarm before they can even get close. Even without their great numbers, the remaining bats may still be dangerous, as their leathery wings have been known to deflect arrows and chip swords. Still, as long as everyone remains calm, the casualties should be kept to a minimum. Silence in the forge. Unfazed by the screeching cries of the bats, the archers identified their targets in mere minutes. Like a well-oiled machine, they fully draw and hold their arrows in unison for a few agonizing seconds. As the cry of fire rings across the ranks, a cloud of arrows sails gracefully up, piercing countless bats. The remaining bats shriek and swoop, their fangs sharper and hide tougher than expected, but with their numbers so thin, casualties from the expedition are left few and far between. While tending to the wounds, a cleric notes that many bats were killed with a single shot through their eye, leaving their unusual reddish hide intact. This unique fire-resistant pelt will be of interest to many craftsmen back home. Very nice. All right, let's go kill him, please. Gain glory for the clan, please. Is that these guys up here? Yes, it is. Cool. Oh, look at that. Most of them have been converted. Let's go back to Black Orc, please. Sorry, losers. We're going back. That one's still converting. This one can go. Those aren't mine. And then up here. Please, let's convert these guys back. I would like more orcs here, please. Very good. Alright, that looks good. And then that means you get to get converted. And then over here. Are these all undergrowth? Pretty much. This one's dwarf, so I can leave that one be. The rest of these, orcs, and orcs, and orcs, and orcs, and orcs. Cave lurker orc. Oh, yes, you can be orcs. You can be the cave lurkers. I'm totally fine with that. And orcs. And what is this? Silent Armari? I will allow you to be Silent Armari, but you're not ready to cult convert. You guys are. You guys aren't. Because you have separatism still, I guess. I might accept the March Goblins. Probably not, though. Declaration of the Northern League. Good for them. Good for them. Do you have any rivals? Command. Is the Northern League Northern League, are you up here? Somehow you're not a great power. They're really strong, though. Beasts everywhere. The expedition regroups in the antechamber, leaning against walls and pillars for a well-deserved rest. In the meantime, the expedition leader is again presented with the potential options to clear the remaining beasts. That's really weird. We're missing something there. What are we missing? I don't know. Yeah, kill the goblins next. Another dead general. That's fine. Okay, good job. Looks like there's guys over here to kill. Who are we fighting? Wargy? I think we're fine overall. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I think we're gonna do fine. The Goblins' Lair. Following the trails of blood left by the feral goblins, the expedition scouts have located their lair. It sits in a room almost antipodal to the entrance, hidden by a heat haze over the central pit. The entrance has been repeatedly smashed and broken, enlarging it enough for more than 6 men to walk through shoulder to shoulder. The adjoining chambers have also had their doorways battered, inner walls collapsed, and windows barricaded with sheet metal, creating a rather spacious lair protected from most of the heat of the forge. As the scouts watched, several dead feral goblins were brought from the lair and unceremoniously hurled into the central pit. No doubt their clan boss was angered by their failure to crush the expedition. Unfortunately, with the windows blocked and the scouts were unable to ascertain how many goblins remain in the lair where they store their loot. Despite the lack of information on their numbers, the expedition leader decides to carry out the strike immediately. Right now, the goblins will be bickering and fighting over who should take the blame for the previous attack's failure, and who should risk their life to try again. If they can be caught off guard while trapped in their lair, their looted equipment and possible numeric advantage will be completely nullified. Hugging the walls of the forge chamber to remain undetected, the expedition approaches from both sides of the lair simultaneously. At the front are mages escorted by a small retinue of soldiers. On the leader's mark, the mages will blast fireballs into the lair, summon flashes of light and plumes of smoke, and generally attempt to disorient all the goblins inside. Any goblins rushing out of the lair for reprieve will be swiftly cut down. And once the mages are spent, the main body of the army will enter the lair to mop up the remains. As the leader begins counting down with hand signals, a loud belch emanates from the lair doorway. Daring not to breathe, the whole expedition watches powerlessly as a cave troll lumbers out of the doorway. It turns to the side lazily, meeting the leader's gaze uncomprehendingly. As its eyes widen and it raises its misshapen hunk of metal it carries with both hands, the leader desperately cries, "Now! Attack now! Quickly, aim for the eyes." The bigger they are. All around the lair, the bodies of feral goblins mixed with those of some unlucky expedition members. Though the cave troll could crush 10 men with one swing, it was powerless against the forces of gravity. After recovering from the initial chaos, a small squad led by a mage managed to lure the troll to the edge of the pit. Their bodies lie down there with the troll now, to be retrieved by a later expedition. Seeing their troll fall broke the will of the remaining feral goblins, and they were quickly mowed down by the reinvigorated expedition soldiers. The panic spells cast at the beginning of the operation destroyed much of the loot lying out in the open in the lair. As those searching the lair despair, an engineer discovers a hidden compartment at the back behind the makeshift throne of iron. Inside, all manner of decorative metal artifacts, goblets, candlesticks, ceremonial swords, and the list goes on. Very nice. 75 loot. Okay. Could have been better. Beasts everywhere. All right, go for the magma oozes, please. Are you done yet? You're not done yet. But it looks like I think some more of these are done. Yes. Alright, those guys will be fine. How about up here? They're all Highhold Orcs. Good. Love to see that. How about you? You ready to convert? No. Not at all. Good bureaucrat. Points. Where do I need points? Probably diplomacy. And it looks like we're getting ready to develop some more, so I guess we're going to develop over here. Make sure all of these get up to 15. Uh-huh. North Vale, let's grab these. How good is this development cost? Pretty good. Okay. And you. Uh-huh. I think that's all those. And then these guys, please. All right, looks good. Yeah, not bad. Decently developed provinces over there. Very nice. All right, where are your armies? No idea. You can come back then. You can come to Grunstunon. That's not Grunstunon. This is Amldihr. Much better. And you're over there. I'd really like to get this war done. Native accommodations, very nice. Cora, very good. Get that one, please. Old Whispers, new people. That's a spirit event. I'm not going to rate it. Another dead general. How many down are we? 3 down? It's not bad. Dwarves flee. Good, get out. Is that one of the cave ones? Yes, good. Oh, no, it's not. It's one of these. Yeah, we're just going to give this over to Ayarlan once this war's done. The magma below. Unsurprisingly, none of the expedition are keen on being sent down to the magma-covered platform hanging in the pit. After a quick drawing of lots, a small group of soldiers are chosen to accompany the water mage and an engineer down to the platform to attempt to disable the flow of magma. Sending too many men risks the weakened and overheated supports breaking, and so the remainder of the expedition can do nothing but watch as the group is lowered on chains to the platform. As the first soldier touches down on one of the few magma-free spaces, 2 magma oozes leap at them from the surrounding magma. Only a quick burst of water from the mage above keeps them from engulfing him, and they are visibly shaken as the oozes recoil back into the safety of the magma. The next few minutes are much the same. The group makes painfully slow progress across the platform, clearing pools of magma and dodging magma ooze ambushes as best they can. As they reach the dense tangle of pipes with controls, the engineer suddenly cries out, "I can see the emergency shut-off pipes, but the valves are broken. I can't close them." There is a little time to make a decision. The water mage is visibly exhausted and out of mana potions, and several of the group have already perished to the oozes. If the valves can be repaired and the flow of magma arrested, then the magma oozes on the platform will be severely weakened, perhaps enough to save the brave men down there, though their situation is already pretty dire. What's the worst that could happen if the group is simply allowed to perish? Yeah, use the supplies. Cooling off. The engineer works desperately with what tools and materials are thrown down from above. With a grunt of effort, he finally turns the valves and shuts off the flow of magma. The magma oozes stop their assault, confused and weakened, providing the opening for the group to counterattack. Finally, the platform is cleared of magma oozes, and the relieved remainders of the group can be retrieved. As they're being pulled up, the engineer gasps and roars, "Look out! Above! Look out above!" Far above, the increased pressure from the closing emergency valves have pushed the pipes past their breaking point. As the expedition scrambles to get clear of them, they explode, showering unlucky expedition members with magma and shrapnel. Were it not for that warning, our casualties would have been much greater. There's a silver lining, too. Inside the magma were precious gemstones and chunks of ore, now left spread out on the platform for the taking. Very nice. 150 loot. All right. Pretty sure that's the end of that expedition. Magnate uprising ends. Glory to the magnates. Good for them. And let's grab this last one. Loyal subjects. Separate liberties I are on same continent. There's none, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Because I own my entire continent. I don't really care. Persecuted dwarves, go away. And you can turn that off. That one's dwarves. They'll get shot at. They'll get chewed out eventually. Beasts everywhere. Beasts are cleared. Let's examine the elevators. Let's see. Was it one of these? Yes, it's this one. Quartz dwarf. Wow. Orcs. Actually, I want the ogres around. What do the ogres do? What do the ogres do? They give me construction time, tax, missionary strength, and manpower. Wow, 20%. Nice. Orcs. Missionary strength, manpower, and goods produced. I'll take the goods produced. Thank you. I'd definitely rather have the goods produced. Are we done with this war? And broken elevators. With the surrounding beasts cleared, the expedition out of danger for now, interest in exploring the lower levels of the forge is reignited. The elevators once used to travel between floors hang below, their chains tangled and rusted. Many of the elevators are missing platforms and guardrails, and some have come loose altogether, barely visible, lying battered and broken deep in the pit. In this state, the expedition leader would be hard-pressed to find a single man willing to travel down these, let alone a whole expedition. After several hours of examination with telescopes and attempts to untangle the elevators with blasts of air, the engineers have come up with a plan. Though most of the elevators are not worth fixing, a group of larger freight elevators have been preserved in good condition and have swung free from debris binding them thanks to the efforts of the mages. Unfortunately, the brakes are still deployed on each elevator, and their chains have been greatly weakened by friction as the elevator slipped further and further down over time. If these elevators are hauled up intact, the only major repair required is replacement of the length of chain that hung above the elevators. However, the engineers caution that the new chain must be made of sufficiently sturdy metal, or the next elevator to fall may take half the expedition with it. Amid the rhythmic cries of heave-ho, as the men haul the elevators up, the expedition leader considers his options. The expedition has small store of steel, iron, and bronze reserved for mending armor and emergency structural repairs. In a pinch, these could be fashioned into remarkably sturdy chains. Alternatively, the metal scraps strewn across the forge could be used instead. After all, they were good enough for the old dwarves of Groomhardam. Yeah, no, use our own. Elevator repair for dummies. With the elevator chains replaced and fed into the elevator winches, the expedition watches anxiously as scrap is piled onto the elevator platforms to test their capacity. With the floors of the elevator completely covered, the winches are turned and the elevators groan downward to the bottom of the pit. After a tense few minutes, the elevators arrive back at the top with their load intact and not a single chain so much as cracked. Very nice. Okay, we finished this. You guys have served your purpose. We broke them, so let's go here. And here, and here. All right. Great job, team. A good start. All right, we'll deal with that in a second. Would we convert? Oh, right. These guys need to convert, don't they? Didn't even think about that. A good start. With the squatters cleared from the top level of the forge and the elevators repaired, the entrance to the Great Forge has been made safe for now. The lower levels yearn to be explored once again. Some of the more foolhardy men vied to be the first to set foot below in millennia. Many brave soldiers were lost to the beasts, and many more supplies were spent along the trip. The expedition is also burdened with loot, so much that the expedition leader would have to seriously consider leaving any further treasures behind. The decision is made to retreat for now, returning to the surface to resupply. The expeditionaries will be glad to be free of the cloying heat and eerie emptiness for a time. Those that have set foot in Groomhardam will be back, though, as the inexorable pull of the forges draws all kinds. All right, let them rest. No, put them back out. All right. Stop. Dwarven majority flees. Oh, nice. Love that. Cool. Military structure. All right. That's a whole different structure, military. Our plunderers of Gronsonat have found a military structure and have begun looting it. Large amounts of weapons and armor, as well as loads of military supplies and equipment are being loaded to carts and sent to the capital. Very nice. Discipline 5% for 25 years. Very nice. All right. Dwarven majority flees. Ah. I love that. Get out. Yeah, that's better. All right. You guys get to be an expedition again. And this gets to be rebuilt. All right. Level 1 done. Very nice. Growth of business of jewelry. Very nice. Thank you. Free development. I'll definitely take that, you know. Oh, we finished one. Good. All right, we're going to go for this island next. No, we're not going to do that. They're fine. Dwarven minority purge, very good. Dead general, not a problem. Admiral's gone. That's annoying. No. Are you guys ready? Yep, we're ready to go back in. Cool. Next, organize. All right. Send them in. And we're going to organize 1, because it's going to start to get a little difficult. And party share. Once again, you can have 200. And supplies. They're way over on admin points, so we're going to do those. All right. Go for it, level 2. All right, but we're going to have to end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.